Good afternoon, everybody. Um, I wanted to give y'all a tour of our farm that we have going here, starting, and take y'all along with us learning what we've got our hands on. They think it's time to eat. That's not even all of them. This is a good chunk. Not even all of them. We still have about 2 hours before we feed everybody. And I say that because Ashton, my oldest 7-year-old, she helps me feed. It's a nicer afternoon. It was chilly this morning, so I thought it'd be nice because I could bring him along with me. Back behind me here is Tom. I'm recording with my phone and I'm not very good at it yet. But that's Tom, our turkey. He is quite mean. He's almost a year old. Give or take. I think in a couple months he'll be a year. And we were given Belle, who is right there, that female turkey right there. She is about the same age as Tom. She was given to us about a month ago, month and a half. She was just given to us right after Thanksgiving, actually. She was supposed to be a Tom and ended up being a hen, and they didn't want her, so they gave her to us. Almost all the chickens are around us now. We have 65 plus chickens. We've been doing chickens about 2 years now. We've been doing them here. We started 3 years ago when we were living with my parents, and their dogs ended up getting out and killing our chickens, our bird dogs, so can't really get onto them. Give me just a second, I have to get his blanket. And then we moved into an apartment place and we couldn't have chickens. And then we moved out here and we started our chickens that same a couple months after we moved in, the same year, because we moved in about this time, January, February area around. Then we moved here, and then that spring when chicks came out, we started buying. We finally got us a turkey. That's a better estimate of all of our chickens. And then I went on about doing chickens, and then we ended up losing a bunch of our beginners due to them being cooped up. Rats were actually getting in there and eating them while they were nesting at night, so that was no good. Now they're free range, which is about to end because I'm going to do a garden this year and I don't need them eating it. Now around October-ish, we've been wanting to expand our farm for a while, and around October I was getting some feed and I noticed a paper at our feed store, a little flyer with potbelly pigs for free. Mama, Daddy, 4 piglets. So we got 6 pigs the next day. And it was homecoming and we were late to the parade and my mom was mad. This is Miss Piggy, the black one. This is Miss Jenner. Rosita is that one. And then we have Boris and Wilbur. Excuse them, they're loud. They think it's time to eat too. They're always hungry. But we are thinking about rehoming them due to not being able to use them right now, really. They're more for pets than the kind of pigs we actually need. But the people were old and they couldn't take care of them, so we ended up taking that over just for learning experience. And yeah. that is that. One of our piglets we did sell to the person that actually gave us the turkey about a month after we sold him the pig. Now I'm going to be walking and you'll notice him chasing me. He isn't very nice. Please don't get me today. And then about a month after we got our pigs, we got 1 goat and 2 sheep. And the sheep were fair sheep. Our friend's son was showing them, and we just bought them off of them to eat. They didn't want them anymore, so we took them. And they're right there. Now, they aren't going to be here much longer. We are going to butcher them so we can eat them. We're not really interested in raising sheep. Not yet, anyway. And then we got, if I can get Boar to move, Mia. And Mia is this little pygmy right here. We got her first, and she was free with the sheep from our friends. And then about 3 weeks later, we got the 2 white ones here and this little black one from one of my landlord's farmhands. And they were more of a little experimental project that just didn't work out. They weren't able to take care of them properly, and we got those for free. And then about 2 weeks after that, long time awaited, we were supposed to get these goats before we got our sheep and our first goat. We got Boar, the big boy back here, and Socks. And that was fun. When we got them, we were unloading them from the trailer into the fence, and they took off way across the farm, my landlord's farm, all across all the fields. We had to go chase them. We finally caught them and brought them home and got them in. And she was pregnant, and we have baby Evie here, who was born the day before Christmas Eve. And those are our Boar goats. And we're hoping to get some Nubian goats for milking. We think the 2 white ones and the little black one, because one of the white ones is mama, and the black and the other white ones are its baby goats. We're thinking those are Nigerian dwarf goats due to the hair structures, what I'm going by, whereas Mia for sure is a pygmy. But we are experimenting. They're not all social. They've all not had that handling the way that we're trying to get with them. They are exciting. I am so excited. But we're thinking our 2 white ones and Mia, who's over there, we're thinking they're pregnant. And the way I'm looking at Mia, she was fat when we got her, but she is huge. So we might be expecting a baby from her at least in the next month. I am still learning on all this. But the other goat, mama goat is what we named her, the mama white goat, she looks like she's expecting. So I'm still new at goats. I wasn't able to actually get out here and examine and work with the goats when we first got them due to me being heavily pregnant. I had him in November and we started September, October area. So with that being said, I am now able to do a little bit more, but with him being really little, it's hard for me to be outside. And we still have our other kids. One's at school, and we have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old in the house. Right now, they're watching a movie. They're all fine. But they're experimenting. Like I'm experimenting with them right now. I'm learning goats, and I'm loving it. And we're gonna keep our goats for sure. These are our starter herd, and we're learning a lot with the 3 goats, the 2 white and the black. they, like I said, they weren't taken care of like they should have been because they weren't able to be taken care of like they should have been. And the little black one's horn is growing towards its head. It broke and it's curved. And then they all had bad feet. And so we're learning how to trim hooves and take care of all that. We've got all of them but two, which is Bor and Mia, their feet, which aren't bad. We got everybody else's feet trimmed, made sure they look good. With Nathan working all the time, it's hard for me to do it by myself, especially Bor. He's a big goat. I mean, he's big. He picked up Nathan and walked him across the field the other day while I was inside. I can't catch him by myself, and we don't have a milking stand or any of that, so we're just kind of tying him in a way and holding him. I hold him while he trims, and that's how we're doing that right now until we can get us a milking stand to do everybody's feet and to eventually milk our goat. I am wanting to learn from all that too, and I want to teach the kids. This is a learning experience that we really, really want to do with our lives. We want our kids to learn this. I think it's important. I've grown up in a hunting family. I know how to do all the wildlife. Now I want to do all the other stuff. And yeah, and I want to take you all along with us because I think it'll help to look back on all these videos and hopefully help someone else in the long run, because this is an experience. I'm going to do a garden, and I know for a very fact that I'm not very good at growing things. Hold on, Coda, I'll get to you. I have cosmos in my window and a spider plant I started. The spider plant I was given, but the cosmos I started late fall, and they're in my window growing in a small pot, and they have successfully bloomed and all that, so I am proud to say I grew something from a seed, and we're going to do that again with a garden this year. I'm excited to learn that. My berry bushes, the first year we started, did not work, but we also got them as sticks from the store, and I don't think they were alive when we bought them. But on the side note, here are two sheep. We have a really dark-faced one who is right here, and then he's a lighter-faced. And we don't have names for them. We just have black face and the other sheep. And then the one that keeps talking is my Coda boy, and he's locked up right now because he's not very chicken-friendly anymore. He's killed chickens, and he killed all my ducks. I only had 4 ducks, and he killed them all. Different days. The last duck was the straw, and he got pinned up for a little while. And it's not to say that he hasn't been let out and worked with, but I still have to actually sit down and train him. He's such a good boy. Good boy. And he barks whenever there's danger around. We had skunks out. We have owls out here. Whatever's coming to eat our animals, he warns us. And we do come out and we scare it off and make sure everybody's safe and taken care of. This turkey is so sweet. Belle, not Tom. Tom's mean. Belle, our little girl, is so sweet. She just lays at my feet and she wants me to pet her. We have another little yipper up front, but I don't know if he's gonna stay. He's not very chicken friendly either, and we aren't really ready for a puppy, so don't know how that's gonna go with him. We want to keep him, but he has to be trained first before we let him out to play with the chickens. But he's more for the girls. He loves the kids, so does Coda, and the kids love both of them. So, there's that. But this is the majority, well, the main part of our farm. And right now, we are working on pens and fencing, and we're going to redo this all. We just finished building, putting up a bunch of fence panels and building what's to be called the grazing area, to where we can let different animals out of their pen to come out here and graze in the field each day and rotate them. And we're going to make smaller pens for our animals and separate out our goats. And then while we have the pigs, we want to keep them separate because we do have three boys, if you want to include Daddy. 3 boys and 2 girls, Mama and Rosita. And we're trying to keep that all separated. But we're going to do that. We're going to build a chicken coop. And we're going to figure out how we're going to separate out our chickens. We have 4 roosters right now. That's quite interesting. I am trying to remember one of our roosters we lost to an owl. I think it was. His name was Elvis. He looked like our white rooster here, but he had rainbow feathers mixed in with his white. It was gorgeous. It's fancy. Will you quit knocking on my door? No one's going to come up to you. That's one of our roosters. He's an Americana. And our other Americana rooster is right here. And all the hens are the ones that lay the rainbow eggs, aka Easter eggers. Chickens. We have a ton of them, but we're growing on our farm and we're learning a lot. We've learned a lot with our goats. Like I said, we knew our female goat was pregnant, but we didn't really know much about it, and we didn't know when she's going to have it. One day I walked out, and there was a baby goat. It was magical. Just like Coda, when we had his mom, came into the backyard, and bam, there were puppies. We didn't know she was pregnant either. Magical like that. I've had another dog do that to me. Left the house, my mom called me to come home because my dog had puppies. Didn't know she was pregnant. So, got some luck with that. But I want to take you along this journey of ours of our farm. I wanted to introduce all of our farm animals and take you along with our journey of learning each and every animal that we encounter, and hopefully in the next few months we'll have everything situated. On top of it, we're renting, so this is just a rental property. Thank my landlord for letting us be able to do this and have our farm. He has a dairy farm. He has dairy just down the road, and then he grows all these fields with alfalfa, oak, and barley. Yes, Tom, we hear you, babe. And then, yeah, hopefully, eventually we'll get our own property that's bigger and we'll get to expand. But right now, this is a great start. I think we're just under an acre on here. I'm not quite sure how big this little area is. Here comes all the chickens again. They keep leaving and coming back. They just kind of flood in. But when my daughter gets off the bus, I'll take y'all out to go feed with us. We'll try to. We kind of just do it kind of fast. In the morning, I feed the grains and do all that. Tonight, it's just going to be checking everybody's water. I know Coda needs his water filled because he dumped his water out and is now throwing his bucket. Coda needs his water filled, and we feed both the dogs, and then we give everybody else hay at night. And that's just how we feed them at night. In the morning, they get all their grains and all that. And yeah, it's quite a morning routine. 4 kids in a farm. And Nathan works all the time. He works in the oil field, so he doesn't get to be here as much as we both would like. So we're trying to be self-sustainable and make money off of our farm to hopefully one day, eventually, get to bring him home to stay home with us and to have him be around the kids as they grow up and as we grow as a family. because we have our 3 girls. Ashton's 7, Emma's 3, Ellie is 2. And then now we have our first son and our last child, Mr. Cole, who is about a month and a half now. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. I hope you watched to the end of this video. I know it's quite long, but I think it's a great introduction to our farm. Thank you, and I'll talk to y'all later.